Welcome back to the Hearthstone Tournament. This is the opening match of the Americas bracket, and we have the veteran SiegeTank versus the newcomer smileydoggy. And SiegeTank, of course, is originally a European player. He's helping out here to fill in on the American bracket, and this should be an interesting one. A quick reminder before we get into it, you should drop a like on this video because these competitors are busting their ass to give you great Hearthstone and perform in this tournament. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any more of the upcoming videos, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to go the extra mile, you should join our Discord server because all the videos are posted in there and you guarantee to not miss them. Link to that is in the description, and all these players are part of the community as well. It's a great place to be. But let's look into what we're seeing here. So what are these guys bringing?
Well, smileydoggy is bringing his Highlander Hunter, his Galacron Control Warlock, his Tempo Demon Hunter, and his Galacron Shaman is banned. SiegeTank is bringing a Token Demon Hunter, which we're currently seeing at the bottom. And
which he queued up right away.
Spectate
both.
And he's bringing a Murloc Paladin, a Galacron Priest, and his Galacron, the Aggro Warrior, is banned. Bit of an unusual deck.
So smileydoggy coming off strong out the gates, got the Dwarven Sharpshooter. He's got a really good hand. He has
I was going to say Zigzor on hand.
Zigzor on hand, Stormhammer on hand. The Stormhammer is the highest win rate card in this deck. He's looking good, and I think he's gonna start really going crazy on SiegeTank here early. Now smileydoggy, we haven't seen much of him because he's playing in this tournament for the first time, but his deck list is definitely promising. So he's gonna be eager to prove himself and see what we can do here. SiegeTank coming off with the Demon Hunter, so this seems to be the deck that both these players feel the most comfortable playing, and I'm expecting the Stormhammer here and for him to just start knocking his door in, because you have a dragon to play.
Next turn you have Brightwing, yeah, exactly. He's drawing really well here, as opposed to SiegeTank, who is getting a bit of a slow start.
Could play the Satyr or the
that's what he does. He plays a Satyr and he attacks. I believe this time he's attacking the Sharpshooter, it's looked like. Maybe anticipating the trade with the Satyr. The token Satyr, that is, of course.
We gotta get rid of that. He can, however, just snipe off the big Satyr, which he should be doing here if you're smileydoggy. Brightwing coming down, which allows a clear use of the Stormhammer. And he gets the random legend. It's Caligoose. The big one.
Caligoose, yeah. He can hit the Dwarven Sharpshooter in if he wants to.
Right.
And then Guardian Orc Merchant it. Decides to not go with that, it seems. If you do Dark, I was about to say, if you do target one of your own minions, you want to go Brightwing, of course.
That's interesting. That's an interesting choice. Yeah, I don't mind it at all.
I mean, again, I believe I might have said this in a different video before, but one of the reasons why I do quite like the Orc Merchants is because you can use them to damage opposing minions or to buff your own, and very flexible in that regard. Seem most at home in Warrior, but they do a lot of work everywhere.
The stickiness is definitely there for the dragon now. It's a bit of a pain to remove, and SiegeTank might need to commit some resources to doing that if he wants to. He doesn't do it, which means that Stormhammer will get to smack again for more value. We're gonna see Zigzor here, which is of course a phenomenal card. He's building a lot of tempo here, and that Altruist that you're seeing on the hand for the SiegeTank is sort of surrounded by high cost cards, and it doesn't really look like he's about to go crazy anytime soon.
Yeah, if he had not drawn a card this turn, which of course he can't, then he could have gotten Altruist and then the two Twin Slices. Unfortunate nerf right before the tournament.
There's another one.
Yeah.
Does not work.
That way he could have done something. Doesn't draw any of his summon cards either. He has both Wrath Scales on the hand, but he doesn't get to actually make use of them, really. Because if that plus like not the Command Eldar, what's the small one called?
I know which one, yeah.
The one that summons 3/1/1s. You play that and you just clear the board.
Go. He's gonna track, I'm assuming, for Dragon here to be able to start smacking with that hammer more.
Woof, how about
Bran is filthy for smileydoggy, because that is going
there's some healing for Siege.
Much needed healing. He's gonna pop it with Altruist, get a Twin Slice off of it, and clear this board up. But that Bran is coming down, and the Stormhammer will hit. It's a bad time right now still for SiegeTank.
Yeah, I mean, Stormhammer
with
plus Bran.
With this damage that he takes here,
plus the 1 damage
he's actually lost. So
that was That.
The Highlander Hunter going crazy, yeah. Demon Hunter with the clunky hand. It's gonna be the 1-0 lead. It seems like. Yep, he sees it for smileydoggy. So that was a very, very fast first match. 1-0 lead for the newcomer from the United States of America. Currently taking it to his northern neighbor. But a lot more play to come. Question is, does SiegeTank want any piece of that Demon Hunter again right now after that occurrence?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, he has a chance, of course, of facing the other variety of Demon Hunter deck that exists, which, I mean, there is others, but it's mostly Token and Tempo. Although even Token is not that popular. Or he could face the Control one. Yeah. And I don't think you want to play Demon Hunter against that.
I feel like if you're Siege, you're thinking like, okay, this guy's came here to run me over, so I'm gonna switch tactics. I'm gonna go Priest.
I was about to say Priest. Yeah. You can't really do too much with Murloc Paladin.
In terms of control, not really.
Yeah, because you're gonna lose against Control Warlock with probably everything but the Priest. Against the Tempo Demon Hunter, you could win with everything depending on how the draws go.
We're seeing people take some time here to think about this, and it's probably a smart thing to do. It also gives me a chance to plug the sponsor of this tournament. Where's the bottle? It's actually empty, but this tournament is sponsored by beverage. Whenever you are thirsty, consume beverage for hydration purposes. And the second game is about to start. SiegeTank does do what we have prophesied that he would. Picks up the Priest. And he runs into the Demon Hunter, so he probably likes his chances in this one here.
Yeah, the thing is, right, if I am Siege, I would have probably been hoping for the Warlock. Because...
You want to see Warlock first?
Because if he wins with the Priest now, he's going to have a really rough matchup to win against the Warlock. Then again, he still has...
But he's, yeah, I mean...
He has enough matches.
Yeah, he'll probably like to make to draw this game quickly. Picks the Cane. Not sure how good this is actually for him, but...
But he knows his opponent has it, which is very important.
That is important, exactly. Because that's one of the cards that you really want to know.
I mean, I expect Wild Fiend this turn.
You could just smite it. Not. He takes care of stuff. He's just not having it.
I mean, this is, I guess, the best tempo play.
Picks up the Umberwing.
Umberwing can contest the board decently well.
Tyrande attack animation coming up. Very rare. Now Tyrande has plenty of reasons to want to smack Illidan in the face.
That's actually true. There was a bunch of interesting options there. Mostly the breath and the mystery trust.
I think the breath is a really good choice here because especially you know there's altruist, there's all these small-ish things you want to keep control over. This don't want to let it get out of control. Now, unfortunately, there is Volpira on the board right now, which hopefully they will take care of removing as soon as possible, so you don't have to look at it anymore. Disgusting creatures. Expecting just the invoke here.
Yeah, I mean, makes perfect sense. You can get rid of something.
Or
you go Umberwing Wild Fiend. How about that?
Minions. He wants to go aggro here. You can't hate him. Can't hate him for it.
Yeah, and there is Tyrande going into slapping Illidan in the face. That's just what you do.
Kind of had it coming, I guess. Altruist.
Counter Umberwing.
Yeah, Altruist is on hand for smileydoggy, so that's going to be an important tool.
Yeah, but
we keep going like this.
Looking at that hand, there's not a lot to be done
not
with that at the moment.
He's drawn a lot of his big things. It's not exactly.
How about Shield of Galatea?
That's a very good draw right there.
Now, of course, he knows that Kane can kind of circumnavigate
he knows Kane is there. That's true. So that might be worth a thought. Maybe he decides to go Maniac instead and actually remove. Nope, go Shield, knowing Kane's there, but thinking I'm gonna get the Invoke in any shadowy figure.
You don't see that every day.
Nope. He sets him up for the breath here, putting everything at 2 health or below. So we're gonna see this coin out of the Skull of Gul'dan. This is gonna be a big one for Doggy.
Yeah, I mean that's
needs to pick up stuff here. Ooh, the meta is good, and that Fell Screamer is good. Those are good draws. Those are very good draws.
The very unfortunate I-Beam. Yeah. Smileydoggy says ouch.
She says ouch. But yes, those are. I don't think these are bad draws.
Yeah, but I-Beam, if it didn't cast, it actually has cost 0.
But Fell Screamer is very good for those demons. And the meta is also really strong. So there's some push there. See him with double mind control on hand right now for SiegeTank. A couple dead cards.
Breath would have been possible here, but that also damages your minions at this point, so...
Yeah, keep invoking. No need to pull this breath out, I think.
Clarity of scales, I don't think there's really that many dragons in...
yeah, you could just
deck,
heal yourself here
yeah.
and then chill. Or heal a minion even.
Heals the taunt, kind of does the same thing as healing face, except that in this case, of course, I still hate how the IBM interaction works with cost reduction outcast.
Yeah. Here comes the Fell Screamer, and that's a big one, because that reduces the cost of his next demon.
Yeah, by more than it costs to play him.
Yeah.
Metamorphosis can take out the taunts.
Cheap meta, very, very strong. And here come the swing turns.
I'm gonna just point out the... wait, he's gonna hit the weapon. I guess it's okay. I was about to say small marginal display by not using hero power before Metamorphosis.
Yeah, I had the weapon up anyway.
But he had the weapon and he wanted to deal exactly 1 damage, so it didn't really make a difference in that case.
Exactly. Still a good play. Just timer up here, trying to defend is SiegeTank, and that's what he's supposed to do, obviously. Keep your health above 0 at all times.
That's
what Siege is preaching to himself right now, and he is correct in what he says. He is right.
Warglaif's coming out.
Here comes the Warglaifs.
Not exactly what you want in this situation.
If he actually holds back that meta, potentially to take out a board threat later on. Oh, Psychopomp. Oh.
Yeah.
Probably gonna be a small thing. Could be shield. This is the Devoted Maniac. Not exactly what you want. This Warglaif could clear the whole board up if you wanted it to. Or you could play a big demon.
Yeah.
Or not demon, I should say, but the Warlord.
Right, the Warlord is not a demon. I forget that sometimes as well.
And I like that he plays it on 8 and a turn before mind control's in reach. I think this is a good choice for smileydoggy there. Because you don't want to play it into, like, on 9, right into it getting mind control.
Yeah.
He does also pick up the Nephrodamus.
Decides to also leave the Maniac alive, interestingly enough. Shadowy Figure would have actually been really good with mind control. It's a bit of a multi-turn play sort of thing. There's Kane.
There's Kane. Just using
giving
it.
away that he knows it, that he has it.
Yeah, just using it to clear this up. Or death. And the question is, are we going to see Nephrodamus here coming down right away for smileydoggy?
What is Nephrodamus? It summons 2.
Or does the Skull? Then that's very tempting to push now, I think.
Yeah, also, like, you would rather have some more things die. He could play the Slices and then...
The Sigil Runner, yeah.
Play the Sigil Runner, yeah.
Also, that Metamorphosis hero power is still available. He's gonna freeze the face here.
So he's basically just playing it for tempo.
Yeah.
We're not expecting the priest to attack anymore. The priest has done all of
the priest will chill. He's not gonna attack anymore, exactly. Well, chill here. No need to pull out the mind control, obviously.
Well,
seen worse instances of Lightwell.
It's just fun. Whenever you get random card generation, you see stuff like Lightwell.
Very old card too, but I've seen worse.
Yeah, dude, I remember Lightwell.
Is this Lightwell gonna be the one to eat the meta? The final charge? It might. No, he's gonna...
Yeah, I think that does it well enough.
But there's your mind control card.
The card is... Oh, it's still a twist, yeah.
But there's your mind control right there.
Yes, that does clear the board.
I'll take that priestess, and if I get lucky, I'm gonna actually kill this minion, and then all of a sudden.
And the priestess is gonna be the Metamorphosis target.
Oh yeah, I went face all the way. Now the priestess will be the meta target, obviously. Should be. I would imagine it will.
And this is the point where you're a bit sad about the change to Holy Smite, huh?
Oh, he's gonna go crazy on him with Altruist now.
Why not?
And actually flip the script. Now
Play both slices. Play the Sigil, and you can still play Kane if you want to. Yeah.
Play Kane, go crazy. Breath of the Infinite coming out, I would imagine, as an answer to this. But he does clear up, and there's big pressure on the board. All of a sudden, a lot of damage going to the face of SiegeTank here with 10 health.
Breath doesn't do that much.
Nova drawn!
Breath, however.
That's so huge. That is big.
But without the Smite, Kane still lives.
Kane does still live. But I would assume he just takes it all out.
Smite, heal face.
Now that was still a good push from smileydoggy. I think he played this really well.
Warglaifs and Adapt is still very... Warglaifs Adapt to your power is lethal, right?
Metamorphosis is still up.
Warglaifs is 3. A Glaive Bomb is 7.
Yeah.
Hero power is 12. Twin Slices 14.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
So there is your Twin Slice buff,
Wow.
people.
That was actually...
Remember when Twin Slice used to only deal 1 damage?
Yeah. That was actually a really good example of great foresight. This is how you play a Tempo Demon Hunter right in a matchup like this. He kept that meta up for like 5 turns. And it's like, there's gonna be a moment where I'm gonna need it.
That was a
And he
win
found the moment.
for the Demon Hunter.
So Smileydoggy going up 2-0 on SiegeTank here with the win with the Demon Hunter, and the pressure is on SiegeTank. That was an exemplary performance with that Demon Hunter. I don't think a lot of people would win that matchup, because that Demon Hunter versus that Priest.
Yeah, and
a lot of people don't win that.
It's going back to the Priest, huh?
I think so. Yeah, you have to go be secure here. You have to try, and of course he has to now win every single game. With all of his decks, he has to beat this Warlock. And beating a Control Warlock is very hard to do twice in a row, but even once, but 3 times in a row.
With mostly aggro decks.
Tough task. Tough task, yeah.
Because if you had 3 control decks, you could beat a Control Warlock 3 times in a
This
row.
is a good shot. It's not a good shot to do it, but...
It's not the grindiest control deck. You can outvalue it in the late game. But not with Tempo Demon Hunter.
Yeah.
Token Demon Hunter and Murloc Paladin. It's rough.
It's tough. The Priest has a good shot to do it. The Paladin is gonna be, I think, the big
Also,
if it gets
backtracking slight bit, I might have mentioned, I don't think in video ever, but that smileydoggy's Demon Hunter list is a bit unusual. And when I first saw it, I was like, huh. But it seems to work for him.
It worked?
I was like, why in the world would you play Coilfang? But you see that it was a big play.
He put stuff in the way, and he put stuff that was tough to deal with for SiegeTank.
And I think the idea is just to extend it more into late game a little bit if you need to.
And that's what he did.
And I was about to say, it worked really well for him. And currently we're seeing this matchup, and there's...
That was a very good... He knows how to play that deck, for sure. If he were to move on, his opponents in future rounds will have to prepare for that Demon Hunter.
Whisper of Evil is actually a really good thing to get off of that.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can just play it and get another card. And you get the lackey on top of it, so... It's just an extra lackey. That's actually really good. Wait, what? What does this thing do? I thought it... When you cast a spell on a minion, right. Sorry, not using that card. I was about to say, because otherwise it would... But still, it's still a good one. Face Lackey is also a good Lackey.
Is he gonna pull Dark Skies out here? It's might be slightly overkill.
I would just Nether Breath it, probably. Leave the one alive.
I would honestly have just played the Maniac. Just invoked.
Alright, that too. Speaking of...
Maniac into Maniac, perhaps?
Chrono Breaker. Also, of course, board-wise, the invokes for the Warlock are better, but the Priest ones are more value at the end of the day. They might not be as immediately impactful. Speaking of impact, that's an interesting thing to get off of a face.
That's a good one. You like that?
Yeah.
You definitely like to see that one. And smileydoggy, he's gonna sit back here because he has to win one more game, and he has 3 chances to do it. If it's not the Priest, it's not the end of the world. Don't beat yourself up. This is your worst matchup. But of course, he would like to close it out right here.
Yeah, I mean, imagine winning 3-0. That shows something to your next opponent.
That
right?
definitely, that's flexing at the next guy that has to deal with you. Absolutely.
Yeah,
makes a trade here.
That Chrono Breaker could very much clear the board.
Okay.
Wait, that's the exact same death rattle as that one Frostworm, right? The
What Frostworm?
There was one of those legendary dragons, but that one had taunt though. It's like
Chillmaw.
Chillmaw, yeah.
Right. Chillmaw.
Just thought of that. Never thought of that before, but yeah.
It's true. Power Crit. It's life. There was once a strictly better Riven there. It was a Hunter epic.
Yeah.
Remember that one? Didn't even see play. During Cube time.
Discover a dragon.
How do you like Zoraku? I like it, and so does Doggy. That's interesting. Plays Evil Recruiter there, and picks himself up a 5/5, so actually extends onto the board.
And potentially even trade with a...
Look at this hand.
Nope.
Look at the hand for SiegeTank. It seems really clunky. He might be forced to drop the...
Yeah, then look at the hand for smileydoggy, and there's just a lot of value.
A lot of stuff, and playable value too, with the Leech.
You got Mohawk, and instantly you heal 8 when you need to.
Yep. And sometimes you do need to. Present Valfang here is taking it slow. He does have all the value. If he were a 10 mana now, things would look a bit different.
How do you like healing the face there over the imprisoned thing?
I feel like your best resource or most important resource is your face heal, face health.
But I feel like
it's debatable.
Knowing there was a 3/3 on the board, I think you have the chance for better trades, which inevitably down the line preserves health. Of course, Grand Lucky Urk great here. I think you just play 2 more lackeys. Seems kind of
I think so.
like the obvious play. I was about to say, I think just go face with a Kobold, I guess, and see what you get, and then play presumably what you get because the Goblin's not going to do much. Or play Goblin.
Play Goblin?
Yeah, because then you should have traded that rather than the Imp, I think.
Yeah.
I was about to say Finish Rights with what
Finish Rights is good, yeah, this is gonna go fast. And there's no it seems like no answer to just Finish Rights next turn. It picks up the Maniac here, which is important at least. It's something. It's something, but it's still slow.
Yeah, and it doesn't kill the Grand Lackey Urk.
You see him
choosing enemy minion summoning newcomer.
You see him once again with both of the mind controls on hand.
Yeah.
Out of reach for turns and turns and turns. It's tough. Tough to deal with.
And that's, I guess, one of those things about the whole aggro versus control sort of dynamic where it's like, Zero decks will not have dead draws multiple turns in a row usually. Control decks, that can happen.
It happens. It happens quite a lot.
Now granted, he's getting into the mana range where he can just play whatever.
We'll see a full board and Finish Rights here, and he knows Plague of Death is still not in range.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a full board for Finish Rights.
And it feels like he already needs to draw his Nova or a Breath of the Infinite.
Yeah, now he plays Rights. He could have even played the other Lackey if he wanted to, because why not? But honestly, maybe a mistake. You should have played a Lackey here.
Just more Lackeys, right?
Play Draconic Lackey. You just get the value. You're never gonna have wasted it.
Or the Kobold just for more damage.
Or yeah, either one.
Either way.
And yes, you lose value on the imps you summon, but you're getting the Lackey back.
Yeah.
So that's arguably a suboptimal play, but then again, it's a very minor difference.
You can look at it from both sides, I imagine. So this 2/6 right here is usually this minion is usually a cock, but right now
convincing infantry
with all these small things on board, who cares about this guy?
Are you gonna Nether Breath it, or are you just gonna be a little more traditional and actually take the trades?
Even puts the rat down first. Takes the tray. And he hits a rat. And that's why you make these plays. That's why you make these plays. That was great attention to detail.
11 damage on the board. We got, I was about to say at least one more Kobold.
Nether Breath for 15. There's a Kobold for 17.
Wait, Nether Breath? Alright, Nether Breath can go face. I always forget that.
He's counting. He's doing numbers.
Nether Wing and
That's
Nether
enough.
Breath. Yeah.
That's enough. Wow.
Oh.
That was an impressive showing.
Nuts.
smileydoggy definitely came here to play, in the literal sense.
He came, he saw, he conquered.
He did conquer, for sure. He's moving on in glorious fashion to the next round with a 3-0 victory over SiegeTank. Of course, SiegeTank, thank you very much for helping out. We know this is not your main server, and you will be back with a vengeance on the European side, which is going to be exactly your main thing. But smileydoggy, with all the modesty that he showed before this tournament, you know, he seems to be someone to be reckoned with, because that was a very, very convincing win. And but you saw with some of the little things that he did that he definitely knows what he's doing with his decks. With the Demon Hunter, keeping that Metamorphosis up, holding cards specifically the Ultras, right, for those correct moments.
Yeah, that was
getting
a big
getting face damage seemingly out of
nowhere. He said maybe play the thing so he could get Sinter Runner off, but he knew he had Ultras on hand. He wanted it for that.
At some point, I'm going to need this differently, and also just this one, playing the rat before you kill the Infiltrator. And it perfectly paid off, because that's exactly what
I think he had 2 Nether Breaths on hand and a Kobold, so I think he could have made it happen either way, but still. Important, it can win you the game.
He's attention to detail. And that's something that's very, very important in a tournament situation, because you only get that one shot. So
yeah, I mean, on the ladder, it still matters a lot, because even if you just have like that extra 1% win rate, that will still matter a lot over the hundreds of matches that you play to get to, say, Legends rank.
So, we don't want to say too much because we know how incredibly stacked the American Conference is this time around, but I think we should talk more about smileydoggy. I think he's someone to be reckoned with.
I mean, that's the thing always about the newcomers, right?
You never know.
And that's why what I say. I love the newcomer versus
it's great.
known good player thing because like anything can happen.
Yeah, Jay Wyland became immortal last time when he beat Pimcorp 3-0 in the first round. Like no one will ever forget how that happened.
And this isn't quite as impressive, mostly because SiegeTank is not playing his main account.
His main server.
So,
but this was a hell of a game from smileydoggy. Definitely a great performance and a convincing win. You're moving on. Congratulations. And we're looking forward to seeing more of that because that was some top-level Hearthstone. Everybody, thank you for watching. Drop a like on the video for these great competitors. And if you want to hang out with us, talk to us, be a part of the tournament experience, and of course all these great players, join our Discord server, link in the description. I will be happy if you want to join us there. Other than that, subscribe to the channel because these games are dropping on a daily basis. There's a lot more to come, and it's gonna be some quality stuff, we can promise that. So until next time, JJ.
That's it.
That's it.